Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nightingale. And look at that, I've got an upgrade. I'm not talking about Arena here. Since the last video I managed to lose my follower somewhere, so I had to went on a recruiting spree, and she was the closest I could find to possibly good one. But the good thing is not only that, but the magnificent upgrades that I got to my PC. If you look at the top right corner, you will see that I now have 100 FPS by recording in 2K. And if you look at my settings, you will see that I'm running everything on ultra quality. This is because I got a new PC for myself, and it's a fairly beefy one. Even I haven't seen anything like this before. For me, this is a wonder. I got used to playing a game in 10 FPS, 20 maximum, and it was on the lowest settings. And now, probably not the desert would be the best place to present this, but you know, I was here exploring this realm, which is a herbalist desert realm. And the map of it is, well, fairly simple at this point. I came to Norse because there were a bunch of defending quests here that I wanted to check, because I'm still looking for the perfect companion. I was also able to put some of my gear to an upgrade. NTTC Duster, NTTC Cap, Intrepid Shirt. These are the best things that I can craft at the moment. And my house also looks significantly different from the last time I made a video. I'm not entirely sure how this will show up, but I try to show you guys the house as well at the end of the video, because that's significantly better looking than the than what you remember. But this place is where I decided that I actually need to record, because this is one of the main story quests. NB there is standing for Nelly Bly, one of the ladies we were tasked to find. And she has a bunch of companions here, including some very lewd ones. I was looking forward to Betty being a good one, but she is not recruitable, and as you can tell, she has a slight wardrobe mishap. We are having various opinions about staying in this place, leaving this place. I haven't went through all of them. This sherry, this futile, why aren't we gathering our finest minds to devise a path to Nightingale? You, sir, are an arrogant asshole. Etta. Ladybird, fly away. Oh, she's kind of like singing or something. Interesting. I also have some beds here. I kinda don't want to do a long rest, just a short one. Strange that I can do long rest, but it's actually high noon. Leroy Jenkins, I presume. I have nothing for you, fella. That is the one keeping us afloat. Well, I was not expecting much from a Leroy. Layla, what do you have to say for yourself? So many people lost, in danger. Need to catch my breath and get back out there. Maybe. We are trying our best to bring people safely, but there's only so much we can do, and obviously you can't do very much on top of a desert mountaintop. You really haven't found a single portal to a more hospitable land. Alright, the famous Nelly Bly. I just let Rena slide through her. I see you managed your way here without a proper guide. Given the determination etched on your brow, I'm guessing this encounter is not simply by chance. I was told you might help me, or vice versa. Then you have worked up an appetite for greater things in the face of disaster. Kind of. First things first, how exactly did you find me? Foremost expert in the realm cards, dashing fellow, seasoned rail walker Aurelio was the name. Oh, Aurelio was kind of an asshole. I kind of don't want to give him credit. He put his map down for a second to help you. Then the old walking pickaxe accepted the explorer's new mission after all. Some in my line of work ought to know by now, never to make assumptions. So tell me, in your own words, what brings you to me? Safety in the City of Magic. We share a destination passage back to Earth. To seek Nightingale, kind of. Oh, my heavens, no. Who planted that seed between your ears? Nightingale is off limits, inaccessible completely and utterly. You are certain the city is unreachable. With the portal network dismantled, access was sundered. There is no door left open, not until we can find safe means reopening Nightingale's transepts. The network of arcane portals, the only stable means traveling the realms, unkept by the hands and minds of our Calcularia. The portals that were part of the network had permanent connections and aligned with various realms, one step removed from Earth, which we call canonical, permitting travel to and from the city. Oof. Without it, finding the way back is as if we were a ship in a sea of darkness, making a way for a shoreline with neither lighthouse nor port. Now listen, I won't stand for you pointing fingers. Difficult choice had to be made. With that rancid miasma reaching out of every portal, Nightingale stood as the only place on Earth that could defend against this. It thanks to Tesla and Curie's quick work inventing those pale pylons. Had they left the transepts open, it would have invited the pair right inside Nightingale's door. Choice was made, and the right one, I say. If not Nightingale, then where are you headed? With one safe haven out of reach, I continue searching for another, for these souls here, for all who are lost. Which is why we are trying to reach a place known as the Watch. It was a curated realm, and so should be easier to access. There we can all take our bearings and factions can convene to plan how we might return to Earth. Why the Watch? In 2 words, Ellen Quatermain is there waiting for us, or so I choose to believe. See, I'd been planning to make our way there before the network collapsed. Quatermain and I dove into the realms knowing we would be split up, but both to rendezvous there. Water who? Head of the Royal Cosmographical and Geoarcane Society and all that. Simply put, he is the greatest explorer who ever lived. But don't tell that to his face, he is not one for compliments or servability. What do you mean by curated realms? Am I your personal codex? Of course you are. Literally. A created realm is any that is stably connected to a neighbor. These were previously accessed and maintained in Nightingale's astrarium. In theory, then a watch is, or was at some point linked to a realm 1 or 2 steps removed from Nightingale, and those connections might be opened again that way. Of all realms, why... But why are you gathering in this desert? At the bottom of this cave there used to be a permanent portal. Unfortunately, without a portal network to direct it, it's just a hole leading nowhere. That's the reason we assembled at this gate, lest some wandering fool gets stuck between the realms. But if we manage to secure its connection, we could make it safe again. Better yet, we could give it a new destination. When did you learn to build such a gate? I actually built my own. Why did you think we would need to call on the Cutleria to steer such fancy machinery? If it will satisfy your curiosity, these gates are creation of the Red Cross Knights, the original explorers. I admit we hadn't encountered the need to assemble a new one in years, but you don't survive these lands without some aces up your sleeve, and the explorers are nothing if not survivors. The heat though, my undergarments are like a swamp, and you all know that I like my swamps. That, but fortunately the bound mostly reared their gnarled mugs at night. I spent a week in an insane ward at Blackwell's Island. Trust me, scorching heat is a small price to pay for what we result in our ticket to safety. In a madhouse, I saw people chattering foolish nonsense to invisible persons, others laughing to no jokes told, and still others yanking out their own fingertips. That was despair, but here, in these spaces around me, I see the opposite. Desire to escape this new status quo. I must say I talked with a few of them, and they are quite arrogant assholes. I also see it in the echoes around us. They used to be a rare sight, but since all this, they have appeared in abundance. That alone is a motivation to endure and fix this stabilizer. Well, alright, are you suggesting a permanent portal to the watch? Exactly. The goal isn't only to open the door, but to keep that door ajar, rebuild the network, or at least a piece of it, like it was before the calamity. To achieve that, we need a portal stabilizer, which is why I've got my hands on this broken hunk of machinery. If we can repair it, we can attune the portal in the cave to the watch, so long as Quatermains live up to his promise. Won't the veil seep out? So far has been observed the veil has only scorched onto Earth. No known realms have been impacted. If you ask me, I would say such was intentional, but I have yet to investigate. Someone or something wanted humans to suffer, a fae or a faker being an obvious culprit. Before we can start digging, we must regroup and mend the welfare of those who survive. That heap of metal and wires is a portal stabilizer. I suspect it was among the first ever carted into the realms by the NTTC, and while it looks clunky, an expert has assured me that it can be brought back to life. That's the thing about old technologies, they are cumbersome and elaborate as Indian tapestries, but rarely did they break beyond repair, solid as the temples of Malta. We are after a calamity, so I assume temples of Malta are not that solid at this point. Stabilizers were, as I understand, delivered by making minute adjustments to Charles Babbage's reliable defense engines to carry out the alignment task between two ramps. Traditionally powered by a steam or turbine, it's no wonder this one is sturdy. So how do we fix it? Three crucial components are missing: a reliable heat source, combustion fluid, and a tenement conductor. Typically, the calculator distilled such things from pale lodestone, but it's impossible to collect from the interramic space with the bound above. Thankfully, calculator technologies are founded on magical principles, thus scarce resources in the realms can substitute the missing parts, since they are imbued with the same properties, or so Victor assured. Does Victor have a third? Oh, I think it does. It's Victor Frankenstein. We met him. He does, but one of infamy in certain circles who have been dancing around it. Now I turn brave enough to confess it. He is Victor Frankenstein. Misunderstood kind genius of a man with a weighty heart. As I suspected, I have met Dr. Frankenstein. Then you know I speak the truth, and that he presently engaged in a matter of uttermost importance. Well, kind of. He gave me a Christmas list of shopping cart to-do list of things together, so I'm kind of not really know what kind of a man he is. Why do the bound came through the newly unpaired portals? A new anomaly. Nobody has that answer yet. Not yet. There's a theory that the bound can inhabit the interramic space and now patrol it. It is their home, who knows? Calculator tech is magic. They see magic as science, systems of power that can be drawn upon predictably if correct resources are applied. What is physics but contracts between atoms? Like gravity, merely because we don't understand pulsation of a system doesn't mean we can't approach that system logically, derive its rules, and manipulate it for our benefit. Got it. What resources do we need? We need an Elden Eoten heart, Fellucidic etched ingot, and an automaton charm oil. Oh, I have oil. All attainable from specific fantastical creatures. Tell me about the Elden Eoten. Actually, we met an Eoten heart. I have like a dozen in my bucket already, but I don't have an Elder one. The heat source for the stabilizer obtained from an Elder Eoten, obviously. These three folk often hide among less agile kin in forest hound realms. Ooh, I don't have a hound realm yet. I only got Herbaria, whatever, so wherever we are at the moment. Be warned, they don't take kindly to tree loafers. Protective of saplings, so the stories go. They are elder spirits after all. Alright. What is this edge ingot? Pellupidia is a fey mineral which will be our conductor. In raw form, it's neither solid nor liquid. Non-Newtonian Victor described it. Exceedingly rare and tough to mine, but chemically similar to pale lodestone. Apparently skyfallers, or as we call them, sun giants, collect it in the form of etched ingots left behind by the court of Empyrean. Sun giants have a tendency to collect stray fey goodies, though they too are a rare sight, found mostly in desert hunt grounds. Also, whatever we need to proceed are in the last set of realms before the watch, I guess. Automaton charm oil, yeah, we totally have that. Combustion fluid, likely the easiest one to set your midst on. Legend tells that this substance courses through the veins of automaton bishops. They secrete it to attract other automatons, though we understand little about these creepy imitations of life. don't even know how they came to be. That's why we could resolve studying them in the desert astrolabe realm. Well, I guess I know what to do and where to go. How exactly do I obtain... Yeah, that's alright. It certainly won't be a walk in a central park, but I'm glad you asked. Not many are willing to brave necessary dangers. While I don't condone hunting such majestic beings, I can't condemn it in our current situation. Know, however, that many human deaths have been suffered by these creatures. Personally, I do some digging, attempt to make meaningful contact. Hostility is in their nature, but it's not their only nature. So I shouldn't kill them. Do as you see fit. What I care about is obtaining the materials. This actually invokes a scene from a trailer for this game that I recall when a giant guy was handing over something to the player character. So I assume that at least we don't need to kill the sun giant. If you can manage to avoid evoking the ire of ground spirits, you have my respect, though I am sensitive to the fact that it isn't always conducive to survival. If there's truth to the hermetic bestiaries and illegible druidic scrollings, creatures like these are often open to human interaction. Alright. But are you, which I am not, I would begin with a charm oil by finding an automaton bishop. If hunting is not your agenda, Victor is out researching automatons. Seeking his counsel would be beneficial. Mercurial as he can be, I am sure he would appreciate a lengthy pen. And that you are correct in. He gave me a quest. I didn't even know where to begin solving it. It has like 10 different things I need to collect. Then I'm off, no need to waste words. Now last word, acquiring these resources will take time. Prepare, discover, and harness the arcane secrets hidden in these vaults. Practice is necessary for all of us. Oh, sorry, patience. I will try not to disappoint. Quest. Good, as Mr. Quatermain always bellowed before an expedition, may the law of the unknown guide you. Oof. I wonder... Hey, we cannot go inside there without the proper tools. One thing I wanted to check... Yeah, so I discovered since we looked into this that here in the traders you can find all the realms. Abeyance is the base where your house is. Antiquarian were the first one. Astrolabe, Provisioner, this is where I got the tier 2 crafting stations. We are currently in the desert herbarium. So I've been to all of these and I bought up all their stuff. Desert herbarium, I think I've been in the forest herbarium. No, I've been in the swamp herbarium and the desert now. And I've not been in the forest one. I tried to go through all of them because each of these are giving out interesting stuff to unlock. Like in this realm, just before I started recording, I managed to get the desert building set. So that will be interesting thing to try. And Bloom, this is something that I have not seen yet. The Grimnir has unlocked this 3, but he's playing on Wus difficulty, so you know he's obviously progressing much faster. I play on hard because I like the challenge. And these will be the realms that we actually need to go to hunt the missing main quest pieces. And look at that. Beyond that, there's Ascended Forest, Ascended Antiquarian, Ascended Swamp, Tie-set Essence Trader, Ascended Forest Astrolabe, Gloom, Ascended Herbarium Heart, Hunt, Provisioner, and at the very last is the Watch. where we can get like dauntless tools and such. If you open it up, it says that dauntless core tools. These are like the best things in the game, I guess. I didn't really get to actually seeing all of this, but I assume it will be the biggest thing in the world. Oh, it says collection of tier 4 dauntless tools. So yeah, we have a long road ahead of us. First of all, let me take a look at Jack, and then I guess we need to go back home. Because I need bullets before I explore the rest of this realm. Which, like, I guess these points of interest and defensive stuff here. If you manage to complete this defense thing, then you get a large chunk of T2 resources. I now work for these blue ones, which I actually have 600 of, but yeah. Let's see what you sell. Yeah, I already own all this refined climbing peaks. This is the one I will craft first thing in the morning when I get home. Refined umbrella, we actually have that. Charms, rare cards, potions. I think I might have bought up all of it. I found another trader a bit closer to the portal I entered this realm. And it seems this guy is not really selling anything new to me. Say, I was hoping for more unlocks, but you know, as things stand, there are some things that we can do here, but for all of those things I will need bullets. So let me travel home. I show you what I did with the place, and I might come back here for some of the POIs in this video, but since we are getting up to the 30-minute mark, I might just leave it a short video after I showed you around the house, and I record more as the story is progressing. I try to keep at least the story part in video format, and normally I wouldn't keep the loading screen in, but after my computer upgrade, it's actually quite bearable. We are not actually generating anything, we are waiting for the server. So whatever my computer needs to do does that magnificently. When we get to the point where I need to actually load in and generate the realm, it will be actually fairly quick. And in the meantime, I'm giving some info on how we will proceed. And here we are. Abeyance Swamp Realm. Look at that. In my previous videos in my old laptop, it took me much longer to load this in. And look at all the effects. I put my portal next to this window, so it almost looks like we having a stone portal to wherever we are going. Look at all those effects. I mean, come on. Look at these particles and the tunnel to infinity. And yes, this is my house. Look at all the light shaft and dust. I'm currently having a realm card which is called the Heart or Teeth. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. And it's creating me a warm summer day with a bunch of things to I gain stamina faster, I lose food slower, that sort of things. We still have our gigantic robot there, which I was not yet able to climb. But that will be one of the things that I will need to gain access to. And we're going up to the second floor. And this is my second floor where I started building a T2 workshop. This is where I make my garment. I also did a little bit of fishing, so I have a fish trophy, which is one of the augmentations. I tried to craft all the additional augments here in the middle, so all the workstations can access it. But I noticed an issue with that one. Let me actually show it to you. So this one, as you can tell, has access to all the crafting augmentations on the shelf. But that also means that I cannot make all the things, you know, strangely. You see here I can make hunting knife, mining pick and a wood axe. But if I made another one of this which has no connection to anything, and with this one I can actually make 4 things: hunting knife, mining pick, sickle and wood axe of the tools. And you know, strangely this has only connection to these 2. This one and that one augmentation is not all of it. And all of those are actually were available here. I was still not able to craft all the tools. So sometimes you need to do a little bit of a variation of what augments you have, because these workstations have a limited number of augmentations they can have. And if you have more, that would probably unlock something, then you know, you might not see all the unlocks. It's still a bit unclear for me what I need for unlocking things, but you know, the little workshop is working as intended. I also started crafting the... Hey Goatman, what the heck do you want? This is the last thing that I put down. The blacksmith is the hearth of the hearth. And this will be the biggest blacksmithing station that I have. This one is the tier 1, and I think that would be tier 2. Give me 1 second, Goatman. I also have a better food station that will be making me a fancy food. And a realm transmitter. And I kind of figured out some of the plants that are growing. Not all of them. Not all of them are growing, but some of them are. And yes, indeed, I'm starting to feel more and more home here, even though I don't have enough like decorations to call it a real home. But technically I can dismantle all the tier 1s downstairs and I can create a home there. I just have not found a good enough building material yet. I'm still broken this stone. And technically, if I look at my stuff here, I unlocked something called buildings and shack. But you know, shack. So I'm not particularly sure that this will be the fancy living I was hoping for. But in the forest herbarium realm, if I'm correct, I have forest herbarium essence trader. And this will unlock buildings two-door building set. And this is like brick and fine wood and such, so I definitely want to have this one. And probably I will remake the house once I have that provision. Once I have that stuff. And I wanted to check one more thing, sorry, since you are here, I'm wasting your time a little bit. I wanted to check what we get if we go to the forest gloom set. Buildings 2 doors. So this will give us the upper floor and advanced roof version of this. So in every realm that you look into, I mean group of realms, you can unlock certain things. So for Provisioner, this was unlocking tools. The Herbarium was unlocking new building pieces. The Gloom, I guess, will unlock the final building pieces, and also I was hoping to get new clothes. But that's okay. Let me check what we get in the hunt. So yeah, closing gear. So we will get some very fancy clothes and also more Tudor advanced walls. So once we get there, we will do a fancy thing. I still need to do the thing that is unlocking the herbarium on my realm, because I did this with the Grimnir, and I have not done the tower in my realm. And after that I need to visit the forest herbarium, and after that I need to attempt to unlock the glue walls. So I have a long road ahead of me. This game was definitely not meant for 5-minute playthroughs, and I love it.
Ho, ho, ho. The explorer's second doth keep her promises, an obedient cur. Not too fond of fairy folk, but who can blame the girl? While I regret that returning to Nightingale must wait many moons, Nellie's recourse has refilled your spirit, I see. The omen I carry is thus ill-timed.
And was it ever well-timed?
Whispers unfurl. Something is rotten in the realms, and it's more than the requiem being sung for Earth. As I took a nightly form, a little jay tittle-tattled in my ear, reports of darkness past, and of darkness still to come. The Pale may only be the beginning of Earthkind's woes. Yet, not all jays can be trusted. And thus, before I tell all, I'll pry where I can while you seek the innards of beasts for Miss Bly.
Well, see you later, Goatman. Well, alright. So as I explained, folks, I have a ton of things to do, and I have a long road ahead of me. I will cut this episode short, mainly because I was not actually expecting to do too many things today. I actually still have some building to do with this new computer. I have a new hard drive to install that I bought today, and after that I need to reinstall the operating system and all the programs and set up everything from scratch. So wish me luck, but you know, if nothing else, you will see this video at some point, and you can wonder the true beauty of Nightingale and the scale of this game, which is surprising. And you know, I actually can do something here that I haven't already. I can wave you goodbye. See you folks in the next adventure. Bye bye.